The sound is like an adult Chiara.
Well, it's a Chiara on steroids.
Yeah, this is, yes.
We are the
Good for you.
Welcome to Mark Levinson's home. I say hello.
Hi there.
So we are now here and you want to introduce your new speaker.
Well, the M1 actually was the first speaker we made, which we developed in 2009 because I wanted a new kind of reference system that was able to play every kind of instrument, voice, every kind of recording without limitation. And the first thing I did was contact Mike O'Neill, an American speaker engineer. That's Max.
Hello, Max.
Mike was head of engineering for Electro Voice for many years and a specialist in pro audio. And I asked Mike if he could help me. I wanted to have high efficiency drivers with very natural sound. And thanks to him, we have them.
We'll change my place here now. Yeah, nice.
The M1 has a tweeter, 12-inch and 18-inch, designed by Mike, which have capabilities beyond residential audio. Efficiency of 100 dB or 98 dB for the woofer.
What size is the woofer?
18-inch.
18-inch, okay.
With power handling of 4,000 watts.
Oh,
Means a dynamic range of 132 dB. It's very, you know, Max, he's curious. So the M1 is capable of reproducing recordings of music with the most demanding dynamics, the most extended bandwidth, but it also can play very softly and you hear everything. It's remarkable, actually, the delicacy and the refinement, but also with the dynamics. You remember the Billy Elgart recording that we played?
Yeah.
Well, so that ability to have everything in one system. I think the M1 is probably the best product, if you will, of my 50 years in audio. It's not just a product, it's an experience. It's the ability to reproduce recordings of music at a different level. You know, music systems do not reproduce music. They reproduce recordings of music. And the question is, what is the recording? You know, what's in the recording? M1 will really show you what's in the recording, as you'll see. But it's not for everybody. This is like an F1 car. You don't need it to go to the store for groceries. I mean, a family sedan is fine. This is another type of product, and as I said, it's not for everybody. But there are certain people who want it and can afford it, and we're happy to make it for those people. But it's not an industrial product, really. It's not a commercial product. And it's something that, I guess I would say it's like a musical instrument. For example, if you're looking for a piano and you see Steinway, Bechstein, Bösendorfer, other companies, and maybe you go to the Fazioli factory in Italy and maybe you fall in love with the Fazioli piano, right? But they're works of art and they're much more expensive than a lot of other pianos, but the reason you buy one is because you fall in love with it, because it enables you to experience music in a new way. And that's what this is for. It's like for people who, if you're a musician and you search for an instrument and you find that instrument and you buy it because you love it and you want it and you keep it for the rest of your life. That's kind of what the M1 is. And the M1 is powered by the Maria 800. Moves this guy. The Maria 800 is like the Maria 350, but 4 channels instead of 2. So inside the Maria 800, you have everything you need for electronics. You have the digital to analog conversion with a native resolution of 384K, the functions of the preamp, the power amp, the active crossovers, everything you need in one box. So the M1 system is the Maria 800 and 2 M1 speakers. That's all.
And all is produced here in Venice.
Everything is handmade in Venice, mainly with parts made by family-owned companies here in Venice, in the Venice area. Everything is local.
And especially the drivers are made for you?
The drivers are not made in Venice, but they're made according to Mike O'Neill's designs.
Okay.
But they're also proprietary. The M1 system, in one way, is very simple. You have a Maria 800 and 2 speakers. But what it does, you have to experience. It's not only for music. It's amazing for movies. With YouTube, you can see videos of great musicians playing, and you hear the sound, like we were listening to Ruggiero Ricci, or Maria Callas, or John Coltrane. You know, I mean, it's the ability to watch them play and hear their music at the same time. It's really special. But anyway, just to say, the M1 system was designed to be the end game for those who could afford it, and for those who want it and appreciate it.
So even at this level, there's no one tone that is annoying.
Yeah, but this, you know how much power you're using here? Less than 1 watt.
Yes. And we have 500 or 300?
Well, 350 at channel
350,
times 4, so you have 1,400 watts and 8 ohms, 2,800 into 4. Oh, yeah, you have huge dynamic range.
Yeah. And the sound is like an adult Chiara.
Well, it's a Chiara on steroids.
Yeah, this is, yes. Oh, this, yeah. Wow.
Chiara is what you get if you have 50K, and this is what you get if you have 200K.
Yeah.
But, you know. Okay. This is a recording of very large Chinese drums. Drums mean big things. They're designed to be played outside to a lot of people. And it's almost impossible to play it
With a hi-fi system.
with a hi-fi recording of it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And I don't play too loud but I'll show you the basic idea.
Yeah.
Das ist eine ganz, ganz große Trommel, die so riesengroß sind. Ja, hast du verstanden?
So again, there was not one annoying tone, not single one. And what do you think, how much dB this was in the room?
114, 115.
And this, I never heard music with this punch and so loud and not with ringing in my ears. Never had this before. And I like my open baffle, but you get what you're paying for. Yeah, and this is limitless.
Thank you.
So we're ready. We're done.
Well,
Yeah, that's
someday I would like to invite Wilson and Magico to put their speakers next to this,
Oh yes,
and let's see what happens.
it's it's a toy, I think, beneath it.
More or less.
Yeah,
Toy.
it's a toy.
Toy for $500,000.
Yeah,
And so, just to say, this is real engineering.
yeah.
This is what my company is.
And for audio, for all the audio files, it's with a cheap power bar there.
Power cable. Yeah.
Power cables,
Normal-
all stock,
normal-
stock and
stuff. Stock USB cable, stock
Yeah.
power cord,
yeah,
simple speaker cables.
yeah. So unbelievable sound, I think.
Thank you. This is really what I'm doing. This is the real work of Daniel Hertz. The question is, what can we give people at lower cost and smaller size, and to bring this kind of DNA to more people?
Yeah.
But anyway, you now you understand the.
Yeah, sure, but it's only one device there. It's not a whole bunch of a rack with
But that's a new
different or big monoblocks or something like that.
That's the new technology.
Yeah,
The idea is to get better sound than anything in the past, with compact size, lightweight, low heat, energy efficiency, fully programmable operation. Imagine the digital to analog conversion, the functions of the preamp, the active crossovers, the power amplifier, the C-Wave, everything in 20 millimeters of chip.
yeah. And the wiring is two
There's no
millimeters.
wires. It's
Yeah,
this
no, no.
big. From
no.
digital in
Yeah.
to analog out is this big. It means you eliminate separate chassis, separate power supplies, ground loops, output stages,
Yeah.
input stages. They're all gone. You just have the whole signal path is lightning fast. This big. And, I mean,
And some people will sell their cabling for even the price of the Maria or
if they can sell it. I mean, basically, the problem is that Daniel Hertz makes high-end audio as we know it today obsolete.
yeah.
For example, do you know about the C-Wave patent? What C-Wave is?
Sieht meine Welt.
No. It's a chip inside.
C-Wave is a process,
Okay.
an algorithm, which makes digital audio sound and feel like pure analog. So that it doesn't matter anymore. It means from digital we have pure analog sound. This is the amazing thing. It also is about human health. We have a patent on this from 2 months ago from the US government. And the patent shows that with measurements, real measurements, made with health diagnostic equipment, real measurements show digital audio is bad for human health.
Okay.
And C-Wave makes it better than nothing. It makes it better than listening to no music. Normal digital makes it worse. It's not about sound, it's about health. The brain likes continuous waveforms. But digital is not a continuous, it's a non-continuous waveform. So the brain feels da 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 da.
Yeah, it's shredded
It
sound.
gives you stress, and stress stops emotion, and it lowers the immune system. Not good. And we fixed it. That's why here you don't feel digital, nothing. And this process is inside our chip, so it costs nothing. Everything is fixed, even YouTube and movies and streaming and digitally mastered LPs. doesn't hurt pure analog LPs. It's just kind of like a magical process. Right now, Daniel Hertz is the only company that has it. We'd like to license it, but we're introducing. But the problem is, it's very threatening to the industry. Many people feel threatened. Oh, you're saying that what I have is bad. No, we're saying we can make it better. We're just saying, hey, guys, we can make it better. That's all. But imagine if you make your money selling digital audio and now it's proven that digital audio is bad for human health. That's not a good, you don't feel comfortable. Yeah, you feel like, oh my God. But it's the truth. I can't help it. I'm just a messenger. I'm not my invention. But this is the first time we have a proven connection between what you hear and human health. It's a deep subject, very deep subject. And one reason why you like this is because...
In this volume,
yeah,
especially.
It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If you listen to musicians play, they don't hurt you.
No.
But so it's really...
You will not sit in a bar and say to the piano player, please play slower. So,
Yeah,
no,
softer.
Softer,
Yeah.
yes.
Just to say, by the way, it's making the noise because it's uploading things to the internet and to the cloud.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually do that. So Daniel Hertz is disruptive. It means it's so deep that it changes what people think is possible. It's and I'm going to say it's not. I'm not comparing the two things, but there was a time when people thought the Earth is flat. What? Round? No, it's flat. So now people think, oh, to get the best sound, I need expensive interconnect cables, expensive speaker cables, expensive power cords. I need vacuum tubes and a $30,000 DAC, and I need.
Class A.
And you know, so we come along, and they go, "What's that thing? What is it?" Well, it's Maria. And what does it do? Well, you connect the speakers to it, and you put your music source in it, and then listen.
And this is the wire is delivered with the complete system.
With the cables.
Yeah, and it's 2.5 square or
about.
Yeah.
And the reason is we are not playing games. We just want good engineering, and the tuning we get by engineering, not by games, pretending that cables fix things and so forth. You know, the most that a cable does is change frequency response by a few tenths of a dB, but we can dial that in. We don't have to need a cable for that. So, but anyway, just to say, the real problem is this. High-end audio didn't exist when I started. I made the first high-end audio product in 1974 called the LMP2 preamplifier. At that time, the most expensive component was a Macintosh preamp for $350, and the LMP2 was $4,000. If you have an LMP2 today, you can sell it for 3 times its original price. Do you know what the dynamic range of the LMP2 is? Yes. What's the dynamic range of an LMP2?
Don't know.
140 dB. And that was 1974. Nobody today has that.
Yeah.
So we had engineering back then.
Yeah.
But then what happened is people started thinking, what? people will pay $4,000 for a preamp? Oh, hey, we can make equipment and sell it for high prices and make profits.
Yeah.
And now today,
And less quality.
yeah, now
Sound
today,
quality.
high-end audio is basically a way of making money for music lovers by selling them anything and everything for any reason they can imagine to get more money. But what do you get? That's the question. It's not about the price. It's about honesty, and it's about engineering. And I have to say that high-end audio today has become a world of disappointment. So people go to the store and say, you know, I'm a little not happy with the sound. Oh, that's because you don't have the new DAC. You need a new cable.
Yeah.
You need an upgrade. You need a different amplifier.
And if you are not satisfied with the sound of this deck, you spend more. Yes.
Selling the same people over and over and over again.
Yeah.
In English, we say it's a racket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Daniel Hertz's philosophy is you buy it once, you keep it for the rest of your life, and it will work for other people after you die.
Yeah.
It's like a musical instrument.
Yes.
It's not an electrical appliance. It's, you know, and
it's a relationship between the system and you.
right, and it's a different philosophy, and they're hard to integrate because the high-end audio world has a business model, and the business model is that the magazines, most of them, survive because of advertisers. So advertisers advertise in the magazines, the magazine gets money from them. And the more advertising you buy, the better the review you get.
Yeah.
And then customer goes to the store and says, so what do you recommend? Well, look at the magazine. Look what it says in the magazine. It's the, right? And then
That's
the
not true.
manufacturers pay for advertising and blah, blah, blah. They go to the shows, and it's sort of a self-contained world that is designed to make money by selling the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to make Daniel Hertz a very small boutique company, building products by hand, very small production, and keep it that way. I don't want to be part of that game. I imagine my company as a company that makes musical instruments. Let's say we make guitars.
And what you need,
we make a few a month, and that, you know, we don't have enough. We don't make enough to sell to hundreds of dealers around the world.
Yeah,
we're not like
that's it.
that. So it's not that easy to get. Maybe some people can't even hear it before they buy it, but people understand it. They send us the money. They get the product. Nobody returns it. Nobody returned even one product yet. But so I decided that for a larger business future, we will license our technology to big companies. For example, today, Intel makes computer processors. NVIDIA makes computer graphics. Qualcomm makes amazing chips. Where's the audio? The audio today is 1960s, 1970s technology because there's nothing else for sale. We had to make our own semiconductors. Do you know how long it takes and how much it costs? Years to make and millions to develop. But we developed our own technology because we wanted to go beyond the limits of what could be done with the old technology. C-Wave is the first upgrade to digital audio since it was introduced in the 1970s. The first. So it's not my opinion, it's a fact. that the technology used by virtually every audio company today is very old. And we're just trying to make things better. But when we made things better, we ended up becoming disruptive. When you become disruptive, it's hard to get in the door because the door is closed. You see? So, but that's okay. We understand that. For me, the most important thing is making people happy long term. Not just for 5 minutes, but long term. And that's why Daniel Hertz is not on the used market. Nobody wants to sell it.
Yes.
It's also very important that women love the sound of Daniel Hertz. You know, many women say, turn it down, turn it off. Why? Because the sound that typical audio systems make is often very irritating to women. And maybe men aren't as sensitive to it. But with Daniel Hertz, it's like more like live music. And women enjoy live music if they go to a concert or a jazz club. And it's the same thing. And so the idea really is to develop new technology and new products that are more like live music, being more like what happens when you're really with real people playing music in life.
Yes.
But how to do that, that's a very deep subject. It's no trick. It's not one thing. It's basically looking at everything in a global way.
Yeah.
And the M1 is my, how can I say, the M1 is my baby because I always dreamed to have that, but I couldn't find it. And you can't get it with typical speaker drivers.
Yeah.
You can't get it with typical amplifier crossovers and cabinets. Everything's different. But I would say I have a feeling of being finished. I don't know what to do to make it better. It has everything that I want. I don't know what else to do. And that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm done.
Yeah,
Here
that's
it
good.
is.
Yeah.
Here it
That's
is.
good. Yeah.
So I like that feeling to be able to say to someone, well, this is the best I can do, period. Now, the other products are great products. I'm proud of them. But when you hear this, you understand what's possible.
Yes. But the Chiara, for the price and the size of the speaker, is overwhelming, I think.
Yeah, that's true. No, I love Chiaras. I especially love Chiara because when people see it, they don't understand it. And they say, what? How can it work? It doesn't look like a speaker. And so they think,
Yeah. It's a little bit ugly.
yeah. But then when you hear it,
Yeah.
you fall in love, and then it looks right because that's what it has to look like to sound like that. You know?
Yeah.
But I love Chiara. Chiara is also very dear to me because it has the same kind of DNA, the same magic, but in a system which is much more compact, much more affordable, fits into a lot of people's lives very easily.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. If you get a Chiara and someday you want M1s, we'll take the Chiaras back from you. You get full credit. You get the M1s for the difference. And
Nice.
you already have the Maria 800. We just change the tuning in 30 seconds and then you're all set for the M1.
Nice.
So the Chiara, the M4 and the M1 all use the same Maria 800, but with different tunings. But the tuning is changeable in 30 seconds.
Okay. So I think you need some sophisticated and hand-picked sellers or distributors or dealers, especially dealers.
Well, first of all, you're right. We also sell directly because those kind of dealers don't exist in a lot of countries or territories.
Yes.
Yes.
Another thing, a lot of stores know what the M1 is, or well, let's say there are stores and distributors who could appreciate Daniel Hertz, but they have a conflict of interest,
Yes.
and so they just can't afford to try to integrate it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There are people who really appreciate it, but they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So we have to sell directly to some territories, but we love having good dealers if we find them, and we do have some. And as long as we make people happy, as long as our customers are happy, it's fine. I'm very happy to work with those dealers and distributors who are on this level, who would like to work with us. But if they don't, it's okay. Let me put it this way. We're sold out, we're back ordered. We can't make enough. So, problem solved.
Yeah. Problem solved, yes. That's it. I would say many thanks for being here with us in your home, and many thanks for this presentation here, and
You're welcome.
very nice. It was unbelievable.
Michael, did you hear a difference between what you're used to and this?
Was bei dir zu Hause ist und den jetzt?
A difference between my speakers and or system.
Whatever she heard in the past. and
Yes.
this?
Very natural sound. It's like a warm rain in the summer. Yes.
Wow, that's a great quote.
Awesome.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
one of my goals was also to make a contribution to Italy. You know, people come to Italy and they love the food and it's beautiful, and then they leave. We're creating jobs. We're giving education and training to young people who would otherwise leave the area. We're giving work to local companies to make the parts and like that.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
important.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially today in these
Yeah,
times.
right.
Yes.
You know, instead of having things made in China,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
they're made here. And I think that Daniel Hertz stands for something that's very special, and I think many people appreciate what we stand for, but they don't know about us. So I'm grateful to you for taking this interest in my work and for telling people about it. And, you know, to everybody who's watching, thank you so much for your interest. Look forward to being in touch.
Okay. Many thanks, and bye.
Bye-bye.